I realized I forgot to podcast, and I was about to not. But then I said to myself, no, I must. I must continue. I must complete this. No news on the cyst, by the way. I have a pineal gland cyst. Found out, I guess, a month ago now. 2 more months to go before I have to do a follow-up MRI to make sure that it's not getting bigger. And I just go back and forth between getting really nervous about it and freaking out over every little pain that I feel in my head. The pain has never been, oh my God, I need to go to the ER. Oh, this is the worst headache of my life. Which tells me that, or which may suggest that whatever headaches I've been having are just normal headaches, and this is totally unrelated. And that would be the best case scenario. I think the other thing I don't like about this is that the best case scenario is that it is a cyst, that is a benign cyst, that's not going to grow. So the best case scenario is that it's only a minor abnormality versus something terrible, versus it's growing, or versus it's something else. And I don't like that. Like, best case scenario should be it's not there at all. But then there's a part of me, like, deep down that's like, well, maybe there's a reason that it's there. Maybe medical science just isn't advanced enough for us to know. Maybe that's, maybe it's powerful. Maybe it's a superpower. Maybe it's the reason why I can hum the theme to all the Star Trek movies. And then I hear myself say that out loud, and I say to myself, this is just a new level of denial that is truly fantastic. Again, I need to reiterate, probably benign. Hopefully. I was talking with a person at work, and the thing they said that really kind of hit me is that every time there's there's something that changes my life, there's a grief over the life that was. And I think for me, I'm grieving over the life that was not having a cyst in my brain. I miss that. I really do. But I have to keep going. Keep going until I don't. Then there's all these different ways that I try to reassure myself that the body tells you what it needs. The body tells you what, the body knows. Does it? Does the body know? Probably not a good idea to podcast on a busy street, but here we are. But I ask you, does the body know? Does the body, or are we the result of billions of years of evolutionary accidents? And just every now and then the accident, yields something healthy. But there's all this, genetic coding and all of this cells forming a living being. And it ain't perfect. It's not going to be perfect. There's going to be some errors along the way. Errors in the coding. Like you use a computer. And it works. Occasionally it does a weird thing. It's still working. But there's something in there that's not quite right. That's my chief concern. I'll tell you something. There's a freedom in podcasting next to a busier road at this time of night because I feel less awkward about speaking at a full voice. I'm not going to wake anybody up. So everybody wins, right? Excuse me. Oh, that was the other thing. Did I mention that there was mild thickening of the mucus in the MRI? Like it might be a sinus infection or something. And that could actually be more likely what's causing the pain than the cyst. I don't know. I don't think they know. All they know is that the cyst was not pushing on anything around it. So that's a plus. Not happy that it's there, though. Still not happy. Still don't want to die. Just checking in. Just want to let you know. Still don't want to die today. I think the other issue is that there are things I want to do, and I just need to do them. Like things I want to talk about on stage that I need to do. And I think the issue is I have to believe in what I want to say when I'm up there. And I'm talking, of course, about observational humor about Batman. It's stuff I've wanted to do for a while. I should probably do it. Do it now while, I'm not dead. Like I said, and this, again, I don't want to necessarily, I may live for many years. Statistically speaking, possibly I'll live for many years. But I don't want to guarantee it one way or the other. Because if I guarantee you that I'm going to be living for many years, I feel like that's just opening up for the universe to go, we can change that. Here comes a car. Or if I go the other direction and say, I'm freaking out, then I don't want too much pity because there may be no problem. That's the thing. I don't know if there's a problem or not. So I'm trying to say, statistically speaking, people who have a pineal cyst that's smaller than a centimeter and it doesn't grow, assuming it doesn't grow, it's no big deal. They have it their whole lives. It's benign. I'm also really not clear on what may cause it to grow. Is it just a whim? Is it, is there a certain food? Is there something I'm doing? Does the bus go over 50? Is that when it blows up? Is that how this works? Does anyone know what's going on with this thing? It's 11:33, and I haven't had dinner yet, and that guy needs a muffler. The question is, do I go to the store and get something? And if I do, what do I get? I should get vegetables. I really don't feel like it. I think I don't know, I may just make salmon at home. But the other thing I've done in the past is I'll get a salad, but then I'll put it in water and boil it, and then it becomes this weird stew. I'm feeling somewhat positive about that idea. I might just do that. I'm feeling good about that. I'm heading, I don't know, they may be closed by now. It's past 11:30. But I think that might be what I want to do. That might be what I want to do. Trying to live life to the fullest. I probably will also get Pop-Tarts. I got to be honest with you. Ever since Seinfeld came out with a Pop-Tart movie, I have been eating Pop-Tarts. Helpful for the cyst? Probably not. But I am also trying to enjoy my life a little bit. And you know what? When I have a Pop-Tart, I smile. What can I say? When I have a Pop-Tart, I smile. So we may as well go for it. Also realize I'm walking to the store, not driving, so I'm limited in what I can carry. This is a very inefficient way of going to the store. I just kind of walk there whenever I feel like I want something, but then I figure at least I'm getting exercise while on my way to eating something that will destroy any progress I've made with the exercise that I have just given myself. And that's how I'm living. How are you? Oh, you don't have a cyst? Oh, good for you. Yeah, no need to brag about that. There's no need to, flaunt that. your perfect MRI. We'll see if they are still open. I want to. I could go for stir fry. That feels right. Maybe I'll try a stir fry. Maybe I will attempt some kind of a stir fry situation. But the other thing is that it's almost midnight. Like, I don't want to eat too much. I don't want it to take forever to cook. I'm going to start to get tired. This is tough. This is really tough. It's a fine mess I've put myself in. A fine mess. Should I podcast while I'm in the store? Why don't I? People will think I'm just talking on the phone. And even if they don't think I'm talking on the phone, anyone in a store at 11:30 at night, really, is anyone really healthy? Is anyone really in a good place? Excuse me, again. Who knows what this is? I don't know if I can podcast while in this store. Like, that's a bit much, isn't it? Everyone hear the helicopter overhead? Is there a theft in progress? Is that what's going on? Boy, it's actually busy at the store. Okay, I'm gonna pause, get what I need to get, and then I will continue this on the way back. Okay, how about we do that? Okay, so I got this salad mix. That's healthy, right? And then 2 boxes of Pop-Tarts and gummy savers. So it was a noble beginning and a fiery, fiery end. Now, the next question is, am I able to podcast while eating the gummy savers on the way home? Because if I eat it on the way home and I don't eat it at home, it doesn't count. And the answer is no, I can't do both at the same time. But I'll tell you something. I don't want this podcast to be any more than 18, 19 minutes long. And if I hit that, as soon as I hit that 19-minute mark, we're going for the gummy savers. It's happening. It is happening. I want to shoot a 20-minute set, and I want to talk about my cyst. Love to do that. And Batman, and I mean, we have to have a Star Trek discussion, right? There's some Star Trek points I want to make, and let's throw in some Star Wars and crippling loneliness, and I think we can get a good 20 minutes out of that, right? I'm feeling good about that. Those are the topics I want to hit. Those are the topics I want to hit. Quieter street now, so. But not near any residences. So I can podcast with impunity. I can podcast with impunity. Is that the right word, impunity? I don't know. I'll ask the Cyst. There's freedom, and I mean, if I don't know, none of us know how much longer we have. So I'm suddenly really not interested in doing the things I don't want to do and worrying about the things that I've been worrying about. I'm just suddenly not interested in that anymore. So maybe this is a lesson. And the other thing too is that I gotta say, things aren't bothering me as much. I mean, they still bother me, but I breathe. I think about, I'm breathing, so that's something. So the rest of this is kind of fading away. That said, I don't want to necessarily say I'm grateful for the thing. I would rather not have the thing. Rather be a total clean bill of health. That would be the preference. So, but we'll see, I guess, right? We will see. We will see what happens. The best I ever felt the last 2 weeks was when I ate a steak. Maybe there's a protein deficiency going on here. Maybe gummy savers and Pop-Tarts are not enough for the body to sustain itself. I'm going to tell you something. If they do that second MRI and they say, oops, it was just a smudge, man, I'm going to be pissed. I am going to be pissed. Well, they're checking stability over time. So the dream is that it's the same size or smaller, right? That's what we're gunning for. I don't know what to do to prepare for that. I don't know how to... Is this a visualization? I was terrified of getting brain tumors, so I did all this obsessive compulsive visualization where I would blow up imaginary tumors with my mind. Turns out it should have been cysts. We were fighting the wrong thing. Or not. I don't know anymore. Or was the feeling of the obsessive compulsive tendency to blow up hopefully imaginary brain tumors, was it stemming from a sense that something was there? Or, even worse, did the worrying about it create it? Ah, there's the rub. Worrying about it probably won't help it. I can tell you that much. I just don't want to live in fear anymore. You know what I mean? Speaking of that, relationships. I should probably address that. Granted, I said it was only going to be 18 minutes. We're at 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Can I cover relationships in 40 seconds? I don't want to be in a bad relationship. Yes, there, I covered it. I don't want to be in a bad relationship. And I don't know, I haven't met anybody. I'm not actively trying to meet anybody. I don't want to... I don't know. Am I lonely? Yes. But I would rather be lonely than in a bad relationship. Which, when I look around me at all the other people in relationships, I'll take the loneliness. Thank you. But maybe something will change. I don't know. My feeling is that I have to figure out this stand-up thing. I gotta find a way to make this stand-up thing work. And for a long time, I thought that meant, become famous. And now, I still think that. Well, I think it's quality. It's, do I leave the stage and I feel like that was the best that I could be? That's probably what I should be gunning for, versus fame. But I'll be honest with you. I should be gunning for this is the best that I can do, and then I'm hoping that if it is truly the best I can do, the fame will follow. That's what, I'm being honest with you. And vulnerability seems to be part of it. So there you go. I have a cyst. I'm afraid to die. And the way that I'm dealing with it is by eating Pop-Tarts and gummy savers. See, the way to cure the cyst is to give myself diabetes and kill myself a different way. It's inventive, I like where I'm headed. It's a curveball. Throw my body a curveball. See how you like that. Okay, almost 20 minutes. This is enough, right? People who do this alone for an hour. I have mad respect. Bill Burr, but you know what? I could listen to Bill Burr for an hour. Can I listen to me for an hour? Can you listen to me for an hour? Well, according to the viewership, I think that answers its own question. All right, 20 minutes. I'm done.